Good morning. First of all, I want to thank everybody for showing up this morning on this incredibly important case from Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. My name is Clint Shannon, and I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Palm Beach Gardens. I want to introduce Jennifer Brashear, who she is the lead investigator in this homicide case for the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. I also want to introduce our partner agencies who assisted us and played an integral role in this investigation. First of all, from the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, we have Major Massery, Lab Director Dustin Yeatman, and DNA Manager Julie Sikorsky. Thank you for being here. From Miami-Dade Police Department, Cold Case Homicide Squad, Detective Jonathan Grossman, Detective David Denmark, Detective Chris Thomas, and Sergeant Michael Scott. Also with us in the crowd is U.S. Marshals, Assistant Chief Inspector Miguel Lopez, and Senior Inspector Sean Sandler. Also from my investigative unit, I have Major Ed Guillen and Sergeants Todd Grossman and Anton Franks. Thank you again. First, we want to express our deepest sympathies and condolences to the Rogers family. They are experiencing an unthinkable tragedy and have experienced an unimaginable loss. I met with them this morning and made sure that they knew we stand beside them through all of this, and we will continue to. Several dozen officers, detectives, crime scene personnel, lab specialists, and many others have worked tirelessly around the clock for the past 2 weeks to bring closure to this homicide case. This investigation has been extremely challenging from the beginning. Since Tuesday, November 16th, our investigators have received and followed up on numerous phone calls and other tips. Through their diligent work, our community support, we were able to discover key pieces of evidence and develop probable cause for the arrest of Simi Lee Williams. His date of birth is 7/18/1982. He's 39 years old. He was taken into custody last night in Miami for the charge of first-degree murder. He appears to be a homeless drifter spending most of his time in the streets of Miami. I want to go over a little bit, and I'll provide copies of his criminal history. Starting from most recent, in 2016, he was arrested for aggravated assault with strangulation by the Fulton County, Georgia Police Department. Also in 2016, he was a fugitive from justice and arrested on a warrant in San Diego, California. In 2014, he was arrested for battery on a person 65 years of age or older in Atlanta, Georgia. In 2007, he was arrested in Seminole, Florida for failure to appear. In 2006, he was arrested for violation of an injunction on a battery case and failure to appear in Sanford, Florida. In 2005, he was arrested on a protective order for domestic violence in Seminole County, Florida. In 2005, he was arrested for probation violation in Seminole County, Florida. In 2005, he was arrested for violation of an injunction in Sanford, Florida. In 2004, for petty theft in Sanford, Florida. And 2004, for carrying a concealed electric weapon in Sanford, Florida. The incident itself appears to be a completely random act. We do not have a motive in this case, and I would best describe it as an innocent child victim having a chance encounter with a very violent criminal. With that being said, I also want to go in and discuss some of the non-release of information that the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department has held back over the past 2 weeks. Palm Beach Gardens Police Department had a well-founded concern with releasing information that would harm the integrity of this investigation and possibly hinder our ability to solve this homicide case. There's some information that has been disseminated, has been inaccurate or based solely on speculation by so-called experts that have absolutely no direct knowledge and have not been involved in our investigation whatsoever. While we understand the public's concern and the desire to know what happened, it is outweighed by the need to solve this case so we can protect the public. I wanted to mention the outpouring of support that we have gotten, and especially through Crime Stoppers. We had not gone public because we got to the point where the investigation was moving very rapidly, but a special thanks to Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. He called me the other night. They immediately pledged $25,000 toward the reward money with Crime Stoppers, along with various other community groups, the Palm Beach Gardens Police and Fire Rescue Foundation, athletic associations, and citizens that drove the total reward amount to over $50,000. Our community in Palm Beach Gardens, the support for our police department and for law enforcement continues to be absolutely amazing. That's the only way I can describe it. We also received incredible support from the agencies that stand here together with us. Again, special thanks to Sheriff Bradshaw and Chief Frank DeMario from the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office and their incredible staff that's here today, who played an amazing role in solving this case. Also, I want to personally thank Miami-Dade Police Department Assistant Director George Perez and the members of the Cold Case Squad that are here today. They literally dropped what they were doing and rolled out the red carpet to assist us. And their assistance was, again, absolutely amazing. The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force, and they're here. They continue to be a partner with us, adopting cases. Again, incredible. And I also wanted to point out, they could not be here this morning, but the Palm Beach State Attorney's Office, State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg and Assistant State Attorneys Reed Scott and Alethea McRoberts, they've been our partners every step along the way with this case, and will continue. I want to point out a couple things also. Palm Beach Gardens continues to be a very safe city with a very low crime rate. This just emphasizes the fact that an incident of this nature could absolutely happen anywhere. You know, people need to always be vigilant and aware of their surroundings wherever they are. I must say, I could not be prouder of the professional men and women who completely dedicated themselves to bring closure to this case. They brought some answers to the family, and they removed a very dangerous monster from our streets. We will answer a few questions, but I want to emphasize we're not going to discuss specific evidence. This investigation is ongoing. Although an arrest has been made, this investigation is not nearly over. Our detectives are actively investigating this case, and the release of specific information could still compromise some evidence in this case. So again, I'm not going to directly answer any questions regarding evidence in this case. I will take a few questions if anybody has any.
Catherine Coco from the Palm Beach Post. Does this man have any ties to Palm Beach Gardens? Do you have any idea what he's doing in the area?
He has no ties that we can determine to Palm Beach Gardens or to Palm Beach County. None whatsoever. It's a mystery to us why this man was in our community. But again, we have evidence that places him on the scene and makes him responsible for the murder of this child.
Chief, can you offer any timeline from when you guys locked in on the suspect?
I don't want to go into that.
Say how he died. What's the cause of death?
I will discuss. I'm not going to go into detail, but Ryan Rogers was stabbed to death.
Chief, can you elaborate on the encounter between Ryan and the suspect? How this happened?
I can't, other than saying it appears to be an absolute chance encounter between a child on a bicycle and an animal that probably should not be out on our streets.
Chief, you just read Mr. Williams' rap sheet to us. Do you believe he should have been out on the streets, or should he have been locked up?
People can draw their own conclusion on that.
Chief, can you tell us anything? Is he the only one responsible?
We do not have any information that anybody else is responsible.
Is anybody going to be collecting the reward? You say it's now over $50,000.
No, not at this point.
Have you had any previous encounters with him?
We have not.
Chief, can you tell us anything about him? You're calling him a vagrant. Did he have an
address at all? Who was supporting him? How did he have a phone?
We're still working on that. That's still part of the investigation. We do not have an address on him, and that's the only way I can describe him right now. He appears to be a homeless drifter. He has spent most of his time on the streets of Miami.
Did he confess to what he did?
I'm not going to discuss that.
And does he walk? What does this mean to transport from Miami?
Various means of transportation, and we're still working on that also.
Was he living in the woods? Do you have any idea how long?
We don't have any information to that.
Chief,
Can
how
you
did
say
you
if the
find,
crime
how
happened?
did you find Ryan's body? What condition was he in, or can you?
I'm not. With respect to the family, I really don't want to go into that.
What was the say if the crime happened on Central Boulevard where he was found, or possibly somewhere else?
It appears to have happened where his body was found, and again, he was stabbed.
Can you detail if you used social media to help track him down in Miami, including YouTube?
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss that. I'm not going to discuss that. There's been a lot of misinformation that's been put out on social media on this case. I mean, one of the things we even became concerned about, I mean, there was even some suspicion pointed toward the parents in this case. And I got to tell you, the parents have been nothing other than forthright and cooperative with us. Again, I met with them this morning. We can't even imagine what they're going through right now, but we stand beside them, and we're going to continue to support them throughout this process with any way that we can.
Can you share some of that meeting with the parents this morning, what you told them? a
No,
little bit of what they
private.
Early in this investigation, there were some concerns about a person in the area wearing a mask. Do you have any reason to think that this is connected to this man?
We did put out an official statement from our department that indicated that we investigated a couple of those incidents, and they have had absolutely no ties to this case.
Chief, we know that this case has such a huge impact on this community. Can you talk about the importance of this day and the importance of such a big break in getting someone in custody?
That's why I made the comment, I could not be prouder of the men and women. Some of these people that are standing behind me, with me, and in the crowd are some of the best that our profession has to offer. They work tirelessly, nonstop. Many of us, I can't tell you when any of us had any sleep lately. Their efforts solved this case, and I cannot be any prouder of the people. I've been in this business for almost 43 years, and this is a shining moment when I look at my personnel and everybody standing up here. They're rock stars.
Do you have any
Chief,
reason
you have
to
the
believe
If there's
DNA
a
lab
random
people
act
here.
by a monster, to use your words, should there have been more of a warning to the public?
Again, we put out what we felt was necessary to protect the public. We were working on investigative leads. We're not going to compromise the case.
Was he
Why
involved
did
in any
mom
of the
say it was
crimes?
a bicycle accident? Why was that Facebook post published?
I can't speak for Mom.
Do you have any reason to believe he was involved in any other crimes or could be tied to any other crimes?
That's going to be part of the ongoing investigation, absolutely.
Chief, you have your DNA people here giving them some congratulations. Was DNA essential?
I'm not going to discuss the evidence.
And Chief, we still don't, or you're not elaborating on as to what brought him here, why he was here, was he visiting somebody?
We don't know. We don't know. Again, that's going to be part of further investigation in this case. We don't have any ties of putting him to Palm Beach Gardens or to Palm Beach County
How long has he been on your radar, Chief?
during this investigation.
All right, we're going to hand stuff out to you all here. Just like the chief discussed, we have the criminal history information that we're going to share with you all. Thank you all for coming today. Really appreciate it. And that's all we're going to say at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.